If you are a man over 60 and you have been feeling more fatigued than usual, noticing colder hands and feet, or struggling with the kind of energy you used to take for granted, this video is going to be worth every minute of your time. Because today, we are talking about something sitting in most people's kitchen right now that has legitimate research behind it when it comes to supporting blood flow and circulation. And no, it is not some expensive supplement or prescription. It is baking soda. But before you click away, stay with me, because the way most people use it is completely wrong, and the timing makes all the difference. Let us start with what is actually happening inside your body after 60. Your arteries and blood vessels naturally lose some of their flexibility over time. The inner lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium, produces less of a molecule called nitric oxide as you age. Nitric oxide is essentially the signal your body uses to tell blood vessels to relax and widen so that blood can flow through more easily. When nitric oxide production drops, circulation becomes less efficient. You might feel this as fatigue, brain fog, slower recovery after physical activity, or just a general sense that your body is not performing the way it once did. This is not unusual, it is biology. But the good news is, there are evidence-backed ways to support your circulatory system naturally, and that is exactly what we are here to discuss today. Now, sodium bicarbonate, the scientific name for baking soda, has been studied extensively in the context of physical performance and blood chemistry. When you exercise or exert yourself physically, your muscles produce lactic acid as a byproduct. That lactic acid buildup is part of what causes that burning, heavy feeling in your muscles during activity. Your body naturally buffers this acid through various systems, but as we age, those buffering systems become slightly less efficient. Sodium bicarbonate works as an external buffer. It is alkaline, meaning it helps neutralize some of that acid buildup in the bloodstream, which allows the muscles and cardiovascular system to keep working with less resistance. A study published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that sodium bicarbonate supplementation improved high-intensity exercise performance by supporting the body's ability to manage acid accumulation in the blood. Other research has looked at its potential role in supporting blood vessel function more broadly. The evidence is not conclusive for every claim you might read online, but the buffering mechanism is well established, and the safety profile for healthy adults at moderate doses is well documented. Now let us get into the actual recipe, because this is where most videos skip the detail that actually matters. You are going to need 3 things: plain baking soda, not baking powder, not a flavored antacid tablet, just pure sodium bicarbonate, which you can find in any grocery store for under $2. You need 8 ounces of room temperature water. Cold water is fine, but room temperature helps it dissolve faster and is gentler on your stomach. And optionally, half a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. The lemon juice serves 2 purposes. It slightly masks the salty, alkaline taste of the baking soda, and the citric acid reacts with the sodium bicarbonate to produce a mild fizz that actually makes it easier to drink. Some people also add a small pinch of Himalayan pink salt, which provides trace minerals and makes the drink slightly more palatable, but that part is entirely optional. The exact amounts are important. Use a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, not a half, not a full teaspoon, a 1/4 teaspoon. Dissolve it completely in your 8 ounces of water. Add the lemon juice if you are using it, stir well, and drink it slowly over about 2 to 3 minutes rather than gulping it all at once. Drinking it too fast on an empty stomach is the #1 reason people experience bloating or nausea the first time they try this. Slow and steady completely eliminates that issue for most people. The timing is just as important as the recipe itself. You want to drink this mixture 60 to 90 minutes before physical activity, not 10 minutes before. Not right after waking up on an empty stomach with nothing else in your system. The 60 to 90-minute window is where the research shows sodium bicarbonate reaches peak buffering concentration in the bloodstream. If you go for a morning walk, prepare this drink first, sit down, and have a light breakfast, and by the time you head out the door, you will be right in that optimal window. Start with this protocol 3 times per week rather than every single day. Give your body time to adjust, and pay attention to how you feel during and after your walks or whatever physical activity you prefer. Most people notice a difference within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent use, not overnight, not after one glass, but with the kind of steady repetition that lets your body actually adapt. Now, there is one mistake that almost everyone makes when they try this for the first time, and it completely undermines the benefit. They take too much. More is not better here. Exceeding a quarter teaspoon on a regular basis can cause digestive discomfort, bloating, and in some cases can interfere with how your body regulates its natural pH balance over time. A quarter teaspoon is genuinely the sweet spot that the research points to. It is a small amount, and it might feel like it could not possibly make a difference, but that is exactly where the science surprises people. This approach works best as part of a broader lifestyle that supports circulation. Hydration is one of the most underrated factors in blood flow. When you are even mildly dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker and harder for your heart to pump efficiently. Most adults need between 6 and 8 glasses of water per day, and men over 60 should be closer to 8, especially if they are physically active. Since you are already drinking 8 ounces of water with your baking soda mixture, you are giving yourself a solid head start on daily hydration. Movement compounds the effect significantly. Even a 20 to 30 minute walk at a moderate pace stimulates nitric oxide production in your blood vessels through a process called shear stress, where the increased blood flow physically stimulates the endothelial cells to produce more of that molecule we talked about earlier. Combine that with the buffering effect of sodium bicarbonate before the walk, and you have a simple, low-cost protocol that stacks two evidence-backed mechanisms on top of each other. There is also a dietary angle worth understanding. Certain foods are high in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Beetroot is the most studied of these, and the research is genuinely compelling. Leafy greens like spinach and arugula are also high in nitrates. Adding these to one meal per day, particularly before your most active part of the day, gives your body the raw material it needs to support that nitric oxide pathway naturally. Before we wrap up, I want to be very direct about something important. If you have kidney disease, high blood pressure that is being managed with medication, or any condition that affects how your body regulates sodium or pH levels, please speak with your doctor before trying this or anything new. Baking soda contains sodium, and for people managing certain conditions, that matters. This video is intended as general wellness information for healthy adults and is not a substitute for medical advice. Always work with a healthcare professional for anything specific to your health situation. For the majority of healthy men over 60 who are looking for simple, research-supported ways to feel better and move better, a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, 8 ounces of water, a splash of lemon juice, 60 to 90 minutes before your daily walk, 3 times a week, is one of the most accessible and cost-effective habits you can build. No expensive supplements, no complicated routines. Just a small, consistent habit backed by real science and less than 30 seconds to prepare. If you found this useful, there is a follow-up video on the channel that goes deeper into the nitric oxide pathway and covers 3 specific foods that research shows can meaningfully support blood vessel flexibility over time. That video is linked at the end of this one, and if you have not already, subscribing means you will not miss the next one. Thanks for watching and take care of yourself.